Welcome. You are tuned into the facilitated sessions. I am your co-host and moderator, Dr. Darren Jackson, and we have here.
I am your co-host and expert facilitator, Dr. David Taylor.
And wherever you are along your journey, whether or not you're a freshman or you're a senior getting ready to put in those applications for medical school, you have found your people right here with FS. DT, why Ascension?
Ascension, Darren, in our facilitated sessions is referring to your pathway on your journey to physicianship. And what's interesting, Darren, is that a lot of times we think our pathway is going to be linear. We're going straight through. What we know from over 50 years of experience between us is that it's up and down. There are highs, and yes, there are going to be some lows. In this expert mentorship and mastery, we're going to provide those skills and those tools that you need to navigate the challenges and continue on your journey to physicianship. And we should be talking about, DJ, what are some of the things we'll be discussing in our facilitated sessions.
So each episode, we'll walk through some major milestones of a pre-med student's journey to medicine. We'll give you real stories, real topics, and real discussion from our own personal experience and that of our colleagues. DT, give us a little bit of some details about what we can expect in this series.
Oh, yes, we got a lot to cover. If you're a freshman, for example, you're already in your pre-med science courses and you may be trying to navigate what are the best study strategies so you can be successful. As you keep moving, you might also be trying to figure out what type of clinical shadowing experience should I have? How many hours? What research experiences? What leadership experiences should I have? Then you're thinking about, of course, the medical college admissions test, right? That's a big, heavy load. What's the best way to prepare? We're going to be discussing the specific tools and strategies to not only succeed in the academic aspects of your journey, but also in your professional development, DJ.
That's right, DT. No fluff, no gatekeeping, just expert mentorship that's going to meet you where you are. And along the way, we're going to bring some colleagues of ours, some friends that's going to help add to this discussion that we're going to have here at the facilitated sessions and elevate the mentorship and mastery. So before we go on, I think it's very important for us to kind of key in and get a feel of who our hosts are. So can we address the experts in the room?
We shall.
DT, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, DJ, over 35 years of experience in medical education and in medical school admissions. I was the Senior Associate Dean for Student Learning at Georgetown University School of Medicine for over 30 years. And of course, you just happen to be one of my former students, now outstanding physicians.
Yes.
So part of the experience I bring to our facilitated sessions is really an insider's view of what's happening at the medical school admissions table. What are the discussions that we are having about you? And based on that, DJ, we can move earlier in the pathway and help scholars look at, as I said earlier, how to prepare academically for success in your courses. How will you build what we call your credentials portfolio, research, clinical shadowing, leadership, and other community service experiences so we see the entire person that now is aspiring to be a physician. That level of insider experience is critical to assure that we optimize your success on your journey to physicianship, but also important to minimize all these myths about how do I get into medical school.
That's right, DT. And I myself have personally experienced a lot of benefit from your mentorship. So just a little bit about me, because I am one of the success stories. I'm a physician, I'm a public health advocate, and a former educator, and I work a lot within the community space. So my passion is to not just help students survive, but to thrive. Because DT, it can be a challenge, can it be?
Surely, medicine has its share of regrets sometimes for pre-medical students on their journey because they can get frustrated, because it can be difficult. Again, part of facilitated sessions is to give you the insight into how do we encourage you with real support, with true mentorship. How do we help you navigate, again, challenges with academics, challenges with not, for example, even having an effective study partner, challenges with working around how do I get all my experiences in. There are challenges, challenges, and challenges. But we want each of you to remember you are a resilient individual who says you have a call to medicine. And if your call is to medicine, we are here to serve you in that call, and you can become the vision of yourself that you desire to be, the outstanding, compassionate, engaged physician.
So together, we're bringing a laundry list of lived experience, expert advice, training, and just mentorship that we wish we had a little bit earlier in our journey. Um, DT, tell me a little bit about what makes Ascension different.
It's so important to have the right type of support in your community. Mm-hmm. And the right type of support then lends itself to giving you the right strategies for your success. Mm-hmm. We find that many scholars, DJ, do not have the support. Everyone's looking for that effective mentor who can guide them along. But quite frankly, they're rare. There are a lot of people who give what we call cookie cutter advice. It's the same advice to every single person. But we recognize through our facilitated sessions that you are an individual. Your journey may be different from someone else's, but each of your journeys we are trying to support to get you to physicianship. That's the expertise that is provided here. And of course, we have an opportunity through Ascension Medical Educators to work with us one-on-one. And so you can, of course, hit us up in the DM through our social media, and we'd be happy to connect with you.
Yes. And, we wanted to highlight that we're particularly committed to reaching the pre-med student and medical student who was traditionally left out of the conversation. So that first generation medical student, that transfer student, that non-traditional student, that student of color. These are all of the students that we feel can particularly grow in our resources here.
That's why there's facilitated sessions to particularly bring everyone into the journey to medicine who says they have that call.
Mm-hmm. So here's what we ask for you. If something resonates with you, share it. Write it down, rewind, reflect on it. We would love to hear from you. And if it's still unclear, just send us a DM, send us a message, because we are committed to being that mentor guide for you during this process.
Absolutely. And we want everyone to remember that every question, no matter how many times you have to ask it, we will answer it, because sometimes you get clarity in hearing strategic information multiple times to make sure you're getting the right information at the right time, DJ, to make the right decision.
Yes.
What's coming up in our next FS or facilitated session?
First, what's coming up next is we want all you future doctors to download some of our free resources at the AME website. Anything from an inventory checklist to a competitiveness worksheet for medical schools. Don't forget to follow us on all social media websites. All of that information will be linked below. And I think I want to jump into our first episode, which is balancing the books and the brain. How does that sound, DC?
That sounds good, because that's going to hit up every single person in the Ascension. We know that that's what you're trying to balance right now. How do I get through my pre-med curriculum, keep my wellness, and stay in position for medical school admission?
So there you have it. We'll see you in the next FS.